Good afternoon and welcome to the incredibly beautiful Bay of Kotor in Montenegro. It's my first time in the country, but we've got quite the trip planned. So get ready to join me on my adventures, see how beautiful this country really is, and potentially plan a trip of your own. Coming up in this video, we've got the old town of Kotor, a boat trip to the Bay of Kotor's best spots, climbing the highest mountain in the country, Bobotov Kuk, exploring the Montenegro mountains by a long road trip as well over the weekend, the incredible town of Budva, all in one 2-week period. So you can see almost see the incredibly beautiful Bay of Kotor, this view from the Airbnb behind me, which I'll give you a tour of very, very quickly. But first, let me tell you why I'm here and what's gone on so far. So I touched down at 10 a.m. yesterday, and immigration was an absolute dream, a breeze to get through. But there are two things to be aware of when you get to the airport, and I'll phrase these very carefully. Firstly, the taxis are an absolute scam. I'm traveling with my mate Ivo, who is Macedonian, and he speaks the language. So we ended up paying for the pair of us for this 20-minute ride from the airport down to Kotor, 45 euros, but we shared a taxi with these two English girls that obviously didn't speak the language, and they ended up paying 80 euros for the two of them. And so yeah, the guys up there will try and get away with what they can, so do yourself a favor and try and not pay more than 50, or share with people, get a little syndicate going and try and limit costs there. But yeah, not an ideal way to start. And secondly, worth checking your local government website, because they don't tell you at immigration that you actually have to check in with the tourism office or the police within 24 hours of arrival in the country. And I've been to over 50 countries so far, and that's never been the case. But here it is. So I haven't. It's been over 24 hours. But again, having Ivo speak the language hopefully helps and will stop us from getting banged up in a Montenegrin jail. So I'll let you know how that turns out. But our mate Sash, the third member of our party, is joining tonight. So we're going to go tomorrow, which will be about 50 hours after entering the country rather than 24. And then we're going to go to the police and just register ourselves. And hopefully it's nothing a 50 euro tip can't fix if we are in trouble. But yeah, bear that in mind, get in there straight away. So yesterday we went down to the old town quickly after arriving, and then went for a quick dip. The water is absolutely beautiful here, and then headed up to the Airbnb because it is a work week. We're working for the next 2 weeks, but from 3 p.m. till like 10 11 p.m. every day. So that means we've got the mornings and early afternoons available. So yesterday got a little dip in, headed back up, got some work done. And we've got 10 days in this country before we all split up, and my adventures will continue in Bosnia, but more on that later. And this morning we had our first little adventure, which was actually with Ivo's grandma, who lives in the country. This is what I mean by that. Good morning and welcome down to the unbelievable Bay of Kotor. Walking along the beachfront now after an extremely successful morning. The old town is absolutely stunning here. I've been to Dubrovnik before. That's my only real Balkan taste other than Albania, actually, I guess. And we went down into the old town again this morning with Ivo's grandma and a close family friend, and had a coffee and a quaint little breakfast. And Ivo's grandma at one point saw that I'm not really big on cheese, so I left my cheese at the end of my breakfast, but she wasn't having that at all. And when Ivo's grandma tells you to eat your cheese, that's exactly what you do, so I wasn't going to argue with that. When I was back in England thinking about coming and working remotely here, I was thinking, do I need to? I've got everything I need in England. You know, tired of being on the road, because I was on the road for 7 months before. I obviously took that pit stop in England, but my God, is it worth it. The energy you get from being on the move, having to solve problems and being in a fresh environment definitely does counteract the stresses of it. So I'm thrilled to be here. After breakfast, we also went and got a training session in. So Ivo's been party mad for the last month and has barely trained, but that was no excuse. So we got a big pull session in, started with a couple of pull-up variations, 4 sets of that, then into a cable row for 4 sets. Then we went and did a bent over row, where I obviously got a bit of a sweat on at that point and no wrist straps, so the bar was slipping, but we managed to pull some heavy weight, get the upper traps firing and the mid back firing, and then finished off with a little bit more chin-ups, but with the arms supinated to finish off the biceps. So now we've secured a little spot in this kind of beach clubby area, get a swim on before we're back in the apartment for about 3 p.m. I'm going to reconvene with Ivo now and do a dolphin dive. Let's go. What's this, bro? Secret missions. I'm like, who the fuck is that? I'm like,
Who just came in? Oh, the vlogging has started, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce you to the most beautiful country on earth. This is the beautiful country of Montenegro. Right here, you're looking at the Bay of Kotor. I don't know when this was created, but whoever created it, 10 out of 10.
So now we are back and we've got the rest of the afternoon to crack on with work, but another adventure first thing tomorrow morning is the boat tour. So that's organized. It is $35 euros, not dollars, I'm used to being in Latin America, per person. We're going to like the Blue Cave, all the best spots, and you're of course coming with us. But first I promise you that Airbnb tour, so let's do that now. All right, let's go. Let's start with the view. So get my ugly mug out the way. Look at that glorious sun. Even though I've been in England for summer, nothing quite like this. Check this view out. And this is the balcony. There he is. Hello, sir.
The myth, the legend.
You can't call yourself the man, the myth, the legend.
Yes, I can.
Let's go. Do you want to do the house tour? You're charismatic enough to take the lead now, bro.
Come in. Let's actually start at the front of the house. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my billionaire house tour. We're currently in Kotor, Montenegro. This is my beautiful abode in the middle of the mountains. Come into my domicile.
Like a TMZ cribs thing, isn't
We're gonna do a quick little tour. TMZ, welcome to my crib. So we can get started with here. Actually, sir, come please this way. This is what we like to call a Balkan garden. Now in this garden, you're gonna find the finest tomatoes in the world. You're gonna find some cucumbers. You might find some snakes, some children. You never know what you're gonna find in a Balkan garden.
What do you look for in a Balkan garden?
I look for whatever's looking for me, good sir. So welcome, as we would say in our language, dobrodošao. Enter the crib. Here we have a beautiful 3-bedroom, 1 bathroom, and 1 massive balcony crib. Don't look down, just look up, because it's a little messy here. But this is the beautiful room that I'm staying in. We like to keep it clean and organized, as you can clearly see. So this is where business gets done. This is where the sales calls are taken. This is where we have some beautiful fresh fruit. We have some cold ass water, and the star of the show, ladies and gentlemen, this is what we like to call some Balkan ayran. So you probably don't have this where you are, and there's a reason why. Because it is the most sour yogurt known to man that has the most amount of probiotics in the world. Great for the stomach, terrible for the tongue. Enter into the man himself. This is where he's staying. As you can see, big difference between my room, right? This is a fucking mess. This is a shit show. Somebody needs to tell him to learn how to clean a little bit. This is the master bedroom. Our beautiful third partner in crime has yet to arrive, which is why it's clean, but that will change very shortly.
This is the living room as well. This is stunning. Check this out. Oh yeah, big TV that we're not going to be watching, but awesome place to chill. Now we're heading outside. Eva and I are going to film some talking, just having a good chat, because he thinks he compared himself to Yoda on crack earlier. He thinks he bestows the wisdom of Yoda, but the energy levels of a man taking an illicit substance. So that's what we're going to do.
But no illicit substances were taken.
No, that's true.
People.
No, I didn't say that. It's just your pure energy.
There we go.
I would need some in order to catch you up, but that's not what we do here.
Let's get to it, ladies and gentlemen.
It's a fitness channel, remember?
Let's get to it.
So yeah, let's have a chat. And then I'll see you first thing tomorrow morning when we're on the boat tour to the Bay of Kotor's most beautiful places. See you in the morning.
So many people don't do something just because they're afraid of starting. The hardest part of anything is just starting it.
Yeah, I live my life and make my life decisions based on what the person I want to be would do. So do I want to go and watch TV on that sofa? Genuinely, all else being equal, I would much rather than talking to the camera right now, stick on a Netflix film, mong out on the sofa, have you feed me some grapes.
It'd be easier.
Yeah. It'd be much easier.
Grapes.
We've got a fruit bowl in there ready to be consumed, and then Netflix and Amazon Prime on this TV. Like that
and
is
an AC too.
Yeah, exactly. That is the lazy decision, you know, but that's not what the person I want to be would do, and therefore the person I want to be wants to be, you know, inspiring people, sharing knowledge, working. You make the difficult decisions that the person that you want to be makes.
I love that. I think that's beautiful. And just
Good morning, the adventures begin. We're now getting a taxi from a specific coordinate location that I sent yesterday with our new taxi friend. The boys are all here. Sash has arrived. How you doing, bro?
Yes, sir.
Buzzing to be here. Yeah, we're heading straight down to the waterfront, get on the boat, and get out to this crisp blue ocean water. Right, Eva?
Adam fucked me up yesterday, man. I'm so sore.
Yeah, that training session, he's not
I'm sore.
Woo. straight on the boat and whisked away for 45 minutes it was in total to get to the Blue Cave, which turned out to be the main event and the furthest point away. And the water, as you can expect, crystal clear and fresh. And then we started to get whisked straight back again, and on the way through saw the first line of defences that was built against the Ottomans in the mid 15th century, and they're kind of dotted on each side of the entry to the bay, which was pretty cool. And then some far more recent history. The Germans occupied here in 1945. They built a submarine kind of hideaway, which you can see the way that the roof catches the rocks and the leaves and stuff, so that nothing from above can see what's located there. Had a little inside tour there of where the submarines used to be, and then kept going to this Orthodox church, which is absolutely rammed full of people. You can see busy. And this is the final, Evo's mocking the YouTube in the background. And this is the final stop of the day, so we're just waiting for the boat again. And yeah, that's 3 hours up. It's gone extremely quickly. Kind of got all the main stops around the bay and got to get right to the end of the inlet. Now we head back to the center of town, and we've got those two major jobs. One of them is speaking to the police, which I told you about, to register our inhabitants, and then secondly, we're getting our car rental sorted for tomorrow's adventures. This is Sash's first experience of having to pay for a toilet. €1. He feels mugged, but it was worth it for the relief, right?
It's a human right violation.
It is. When he brought it up, it made me realise you should be able to pee anywhere. Otherwise, what's the alternative? Just on the street. Evo bought me an ice cream. What a gent. Madagascar vanilla. Going down a treat. And we've managed to go to the tourist thingy, and we're checked in. So even though we did it 54 hours later after entering the country or something like that, he didn't care at all. We built a bit of a rapport with him. Evo lubed him up, and then he just stamped our passports, and he was happy, wasn't he? Good to go.
Don't tell my girlfriend, but I'm eating ice cream.
You're not allowed to eat ice cream.
I'm not allowed.
This guy's whipped, man. He does everything she tells him. So now we've got the car confirmed for tomorrow pretty much, but we're going to go and build some more rapport, aren't we, Evo?
The #1 life lesson, no matter what you do, connect with people, speak to them, get to know them, get to know their life story. We're gonna go chat it up now with the rental car lady. We'll learn about her kids, her family, her affairs, everything. We'll know before we get the car.
And then the #2 lesson is make sure you go on a ranting monologue when your mouth is full of ice cream. Car was secured first thing this morning, had no issues at all. €200 for 3 full days, which is very, very reasonable, especially when there's 3 of you. So we headed back to the Airbnb. Evo and I picked up Sash. So we're making our way up the country into the mountains, and the most beautiful stop. We had one quick stop for lunch, an extremely greasy traditional meal. What was the name of it?
Cevape and Karađorđeva pljeskavica.
At least 300 calories purely in olive oil, but we needed it after no breakfast. Now we're stopping at the, do you know the name of this lake, bro?
This is Lake Krupac. It's one of the traditional lakes in Niksic, Montenegro.
Yes, and we have about 1 hour and 15 left after we chill here, but we've got about an hour to relax at the lake now, and I need a drink. Yeah, look at this. Unreal.
Brilliant. Freshwater, Lake Krupac, middle of Niksic.
Not a bad way to spend a morning, huh? Just chilled at that lake briefly on the way up, got our tangos in, Fantas in, and then back in the car, making our way up to the mountains for the base of our main mission over this weekend, which is climbing Bobotov Kuk, the highest mountain in the country. And this lake that I'm standing on right now, or almost on, I'm not Jesus, is the Black Lake. And it's only a 20-minute walk from where we're staying in the main town. And look at the beauty of it with Bobotov Kuk, that one right there that we're climbing tomorrow, in the background. It's like Banff, Canada. Unbelievable. So just taking in the evening fresh air, and then we'll head back to the apartment to cook up. There's a decent local supermarket, so we're just going to cook something up tonight, a bit of pasta, and so actually some meat left over from that lunch because the portion was far too big. Very rare that you hear me say that, but greasy meat at 11 o'clock in the morning is not the one. Yeah, we'll get that in a pasta, have a nice dinner, and then first thing tomorrow morning we're going to be heading up Bobatov Cook. However, that is going to be a separate video, so it's going to be obviously stunning, challenging, a proper adventure, and I'm going to make it a video of its own outside of all of the rest of the Montenegrin adventures. So if you haven't seen that yet, go and watch that after you finish this one. Otherwise, after dinner we're going to pick up, after we've summited the mountain, back down for Sunday's visit to the Tara River Canyon and all other adventures that might ensue on that day. Let's find out. Stop one of the day is our first sighting of the Tara River Canyon, one of the deepest canyons in Europe, isn't it, Ivo? Makes you very proud.
Drop a like in the comments if you think I should jump off the Tar Bridge into the Tar Canyon. Drop a like, please.
Wait and see how deep it is before you do that.
I'll do it for this channel. That's my commitment to this channel.
Let's go, let's do it. Can't believe you're gonna do it. I don't think Ivo's surviving a jump into there, is he? It's not quite deep enough. So after almost pushing Ivo off the Tara Bridge viewpoint, we decided to head south along the canyon, and there's this beautiful winding road that we took the entire way down for about 35 kilometers until we reached the only town at the end of the road. Had a decent lunch, to be fair. The restaurant looked like it was shut before we arrived, but we turned up and it turned out to be the most restaurant we'd ever been to. Isn't this the most restaurant you've ever seen? And then look for a swimming spot. Now we could have gone down in the valley, literally by the bridge where we were, but decided we want something a bit more rustic and slightly more adventurous. And so we've seen this parking spot where I'm speaking to you right now, which was about halfway between that restaurant and the bridge. But turns out we're extremely far from the river, so it's all the way down there. So that plan's not gonna work. And instead, you can see there's loads of areas where it opens up nicely, like that pool down there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna continue driving down. It should take in the region of maybe 15-20 minutes. And as soon as this road gets close to the river, we're gonna get in, we've all got our trunks on, and we're gonna have a little splish and a splash. Right, boys?
Yes, sir.
Let's go. How was your lunch as well?
Beauty. Tried to push me off the Tara Bridge, yeah? He tried to push me off the Tara Bridge. I'm still here.
Okay, the plan's coming together nicely. We've just found a spot. The river looks insane. So excited to canyon here next week. But the goal is to try and get down to the river. It's tantalizingly close, isn't it, Ivo?
Tantalizingly close. I'm hearing that the Tara River resembles a cold plunge, so we're approaching temperatures of close to 5 to 6 degrees. Let's get the show on the road.
This guy makes everything up. Never listen to him, all right? Nice. We found a spot, we hope. Let's do this. Ivo's already got the shirt off. Ready to go? Let's get in the pool. Very nice. Some river jumping going down. Hopefully we can jump in here because there's a suspension bridge. And the river, it looks pretty slow flowing as well. This is a good spot. Very good spot. We've explored loads of the canyon today as well. Worth doing. Yeah, I'm going to pin this in the video. So let's see how much fun we have. But if you do want to jump into the river without going on an organized rafting tour, then this could be your best option. Yeah, Sash, you have to go first. Because of your poor performance yesterday.
Fucking flip-flops.
Again!
Sash is the king of choosing insufficient footwear. Bro. Come on, bro. I don't get that many views on YouTube, so don't worry if you fall.
Oh, it's fucking gold.
Fuck me, bro.
So good, look at this. Nice. Very nice, I like. That's jumpable, boys and girls. That is jumpable. Beautiful. This is so sick. The water is crystal clear.
Crystal clear.
And the bridge is up there. Sasha's getting ready. And we're all gonna jump in now.
Yes, sir.
It's freezing as well, isn't it, Eva?
All time.
Oh, we're officially in. Hopefully there's no leeches in here, boys. Check the pockets. Pro tip, always check the pockets. Let's go, Tara Canyon. I'm getting baptized. Oh, that's cold.
Cold plan, sir.
Sash, we're gonna get you some diving practice, bro.
Please.
And yeah, you're gonna jump off the bridge? So then after a lovely sunset cruise home, we decided to go to the Black Lake once more because it was the most stunning scenery that all of us have seen. And these two boys are from Canada, so they've been to Banff before and said it was very comparable. And yeah, super chill way and a super zen way to finish the evening. Then we had an unreal dinner, probably my favorite dinner so far, overlooking the lake as the sun went down. And then it was a case of a 5:30 wake up because we were returning the hire car at 9 a.m. We took the 3-hour drive this morning and it is now 9:45. God, I feel like I've been awake for ages. And we've made it to Budva. We are in our new Airbnb. And it's great. You can still smell the paint. It's a fresh new place. It's got barely any reviews. We've all got separate bedrooms. Everything was looking up as soon as we turned up. However, there's a twist in the tale because Evo and Sash both have very important calls over the next couple of days. And unfortunately, the Wi-Fi is not showing up on the router. So, I'll tell you what, I'm learning from these guys. I just said router instead of router. What's going on? What happened was, I've been in communication with the host the entire time, and Evo did as well. And so he said to the host via Airbnb, is the Wi-Fi going to be okay? Can you tell me the speeds? And she just replied, yes, the Wi-Fi is very good, no need to worry. And that didn't fill Evo with a lot of confidence, but we got on with it. We kept the booking. We got here, and she's let us, actually, you have to give her credit, she's let us check in at 9 a.m. or like 9:30. When realistically check-in is only from 3 and the Wi-Fi only has to work from 3. But these boys both have calls at 3:30 and so we've got to get things turned around pretty quickly. And so we said, hey listen, the router's not even showing up. We can see the little router, I'll show you in a second, it won't turn on. And so we said, is everything okay? Like, is it going to be fixed? Like, we can't see it, what's going on? And she just said, don't worry, everything will be okay. It's going to get fixed remotely. Which, when you don't have a reason, doesn't fill you with a lot of confidence. So I'm going to hand you over to Evo now, and he's going to explain to you an analogy that is the reason behind his pessimism, and we've got 5 hours for her to fix it remotely. Will she do it? Let's find out.
No. The answer is no, she won't do that.
So Evo thinks no. It's time for you to reconvene with him. I'm going to hand over the mic. Here you go, buddy. Talk to us.
Yeah, okay, so listen, first and foremost, I'm not a very naturally pessimistic person, right? I'm very optimistic, I'm positive, I'm always thinking of the best in every single situation. So let me break down a play-by-play analysis right now of why we're fucked, because we're royally fucked. Point number one, these are my people, okay? So they have the same blood that I have, I'm from this area, I understand how we operate. When we tell you it's all good, run the fuck away from us. It's not all good, okay? It's a terrible situation. It's a terrible situation, you understand me? And here's the troublesome part, right? Like we asked them, is the Wi-Fi okay? They say it's all good. All right, we asked for the Wi-Fi speeds. This shit's all good. Don't worry. We enter the Airbnb. Not only are the Wi-Fi speeds not good, there is no Wi-Fi. There is no internet. There's no network. Please veer into the little fucking, the little router that we have right there in the corner. That is the router, ladies and gentlemen, that they're using to funnel internet into this Airbnb right now. That is what we like to call, excuse my French, a fucking disaster. Do you understand? That is a disaster. You can't run any sort of Wi-Fi on that. So this leads me perfectly to the analogy that I wanted to give to my good friend Adam to explain what my stance on this is, right? Picture that we're in the Roman Empire times, okay? Picture that you are a gladiator who has to fight for his life to exit the actual arena itself. So now picture that you're in this arena on a random Tuesday and you're about to fight the boss of all bosses, right? Fucking 2 swords, a helmet, 2 shields, everything. It's the most dangerous person in the world, right? And in the same scenario, you are in that same arena, but with no weapon. So you have no fucking weapon, but you still have the same game you have to play, right? You have to kill this person to exit the arena. What do? Do you go down without a fight? Or do you give every single ounce of your being to kill the person and exit the arena? It's the same for the Wi-Fi. I don't know why you're laughing. The fucking lamp's not even plugged in. It's a fucking shit show. This is a disaster, bro. It's a disaster.
That was a good monologue. Well done.
How did this guy just fucking compare the Roman Empire to Wi-Fi, man?
So the Wi-Fi doesn't work, but we've got 5 hours until it needs to. So what we're going to do now, we're going to give you a little house tour, a very brief one, and then we're going to head down to the beach. We're going to get a little bodyweight workout in because we found some bodyweight bars by the beach on our way down. Have some breakfast, have a coffee, get in the ocean, a proper Mediterranean rest of the day before we head back to the crib, eh? Sounds good?
Yeah, and hopefully by the time we come back, the fucking Wi-Fi's fixed. You understand?
Let's go.
Let's fucking go. Okay, so Mr. Radcliffe, this is for you. Yeah. It's a coffee. I had to earn this coffee.
How so?
I walked into the bakery, and these 2 ladies are fucking around. They're like, oh, we don't typically give out coffee. You know, somebody just came a few minutes ago and tried to ask for coffee, and we said no. I'm like, then why'd you give me a coffee? They're like, you know what? Because you have a tattoo and you're handsome. And I'm like, oh, I have a girlfriend. I'm sorry.
But I'll take the coffee.
But I'll take the coffee.
Good stuff. And what have you got?
I've got a burek sa mesom and a yogurt. It's a traditional meal. You probably heard me say it 5-6 times throughout this video. Try it. It's legit.
And you got the same, Sash?
I got the same thing, my friend.
Get it down you, and then we've got a big workout session.
A big session coming in.
Okay, coffee and burek smashed, and now Evo is full of fuel. We're all full of fuel. We're at this workout park. The bars look pretty slippy, but we're going to be doing a combination of pull and push, just a bit of upper body. Obviously, get some muscle ups done on the bars, some dips on the dip bars, and then a lot of incline press ups. So the 3 of us are going to get a huge pump on and then dive straight into the sea. Let's have some fun, Sash. Very good session. Just turned out to be muscle ups, about 5 sets of muscle ups, 4 sets of dips, get that upper body pump. Then we got a sick group picture at the end. It's 12 now, so we've got 2 hours. Oh, I'm so excited to get in the sea, man. So this beach is absolutely rammed, and it's not the most picturesque and beautiful, but we've had a very pleasant time, haven't we, boys?
We have.
It's like a Bondi Beach on Christmas Day. Look at it, rammed. But yeah, it served an exact purpose, and so we're getting back now. Gonna walk back to the apartment, get some work done. Sorry, Evo, no Wi-Fi for the duration of the stay,
That's
mate.
bullshit. Listen, I'm calling it out. I'm gonna fucking protest. If there's no Wi-Fi back at the crib, I will protest. I promise you.
Let's find out. And then, who are you protesting to?
Airbnb.
Well,
Her whole business dismantled. I promise you that. If there's no Wi-Fi at the crib, gone. Up the Brits.
up the Brits. Yeah, Evo keeps saying things he thinks that British people say when in fact they don't.
Don't get your knickers in a twist, lad.
That's correct, man.
There we go.
We're now back at the apartment. The door is getting unlocked. We have all our groceries from the supermarket.
Moment of truth.
Ivo's going to charge in.
Moment of truth.
And he's going to check out his Wi-Fi. This isn't a funny situation to film, is it? It's a serious situation.
It's been more than 15 seconds. What's the Wi-Fi?
Let me try it again.
It starts with an M?
Let me find out.
No.
So ladies and gents, we did get back to the apartment, that's for sure, but the next 3 days fell apart pretty quickly after that. Turns out the Airbnb lady did lie and the Wi-Fi was absolutely appalling. But like the gladiators we are, as Ivo described us, we ducked and dived and found alternative solutions, spending some money on SIM cards and using our British SIMs and all the rest of it. And then, in a very bizarre turn of events, I went to sleep that night, and at about 3:30 a.m. I had a bit of a very uncomfortable stomach, and then I can recall the fact that I had a fever dream building up to that point. And then at 3:30 I was like, okay, I'm not really sleeping here, what's going on? 4 a.m. I'm then vomiting in the toilet violently and aggressively, and I'm thinking this is exactly what happened on the Choqquequirau trek when I went to that Incan ruin, the sister site to Machu Picchu. The only denominating factor that I can ascertain is that it wasn't the food that caused it, and it was the river that we swam in and jumped in. So that bridge that I jumped off, some bacteria has managed to find its way inside me somehow. Maybe I've got weak barriers, because the other, whatever that means, because the other boys didn't contract anything. So anyway, 4 a.m. I'm throwing up, and yeah, then I'm written off for the day. So unfortunately, we were meant to then go to, as part of the entire trip, we were meant to go to Herceg, Novi and Sveti Stefan. So Sveti Stefan was meant to be part of the day trip we were doing the next day. Didn't make that happen because I was rendered useless. The boys were pretty chill about it, went to the beach. And then the next day we just went to Bechichi Beach as well. So didn't actually make it. The only two things that I said we'd do at the start of this video that we didn't were Sveti Stefan and Herceg Novi. So it means when I come back to Montenegro in the future, I've still got those two things to look forward to, which is great. Thank you very much for watching. It's been a while since I've done a video of this nature, kind of just vlogging as I go in a country, seeing what happens, documenting some stuff, a bit of training, a bit of adventure. And amazing we found that jumping spot. So thank you for being here. YouTube never stops, the adventures never stop, and I will see you on the next adventure, which for me and for you is going to be up in the mountains in Bosnia for another European summer adventure. So thank you very much, and see you on the next adventure. These two will argue over anything. Watch this.
Motherfucker, you started fiddling with this first. Don't be a piece of shit that the camera's acting. You started fiddling with this first and I corrected you. Eat the salty stuff first.
Tiring.
Eat it first, don't be stupid. Eat it first, this is for you.
Amazing.
Don't eat the—
Welcome back, Ollie.
Welcome back.
No.
Like and subscribe, YouTube, randomrightclick.com.